Sippers, welcome to this episode of the Tea With Me podcast with me, Shane Todd. Sorry about that. Before we get into this episode, we need to talk about a few things. Very quickly, we are doing a Patreon-only podcast in the Lyric Theatre. Dan, when is that?
22nd of July.
On the 22nd of July. This is Patreon only. It's in the Lyric, which is very esteemed. There's been plays and all in there about probably Shakespeare and all that kind of stuff, all like serious plays. We're bringing the pod in there. My guests will be none other than Aaron Butler and Paddy McDonald. It'll be a great time. We'll have a bit of stand-up, but it's Patreon only. Patreon.com/TeamMePodcast. We'll put out a bonus episode on a Monday. We do a live stream on a Friday, and there's exclusive events, and our secret event is going to go out as well, which was filmed pretty recently for, again, a Patreon only exclusive crowd. Anyway, before we even get into this episode, let me tell you right now that we are sponsored by none other than NordVPN. VPN, as you know, is a virtual private network. It's a service that protects your internet connection and privacy online. I'm talking about the World Wide Web. A good VPN service provides you a secure encrypted tunnel for online traffic to flow, and that's tunnels are even like if you go into Dublin, it's great when you go in the tunnel. Nobody can see you through the tunnel. Get there. It's an invisibility cloak, virtually. Or they can't even find your real IP address and location. They're going, where are you? NordVPN's the best VPN if you're looking for peace of mind when on public Wi-Fi. Jesus, I am. Take your cybersecurity to the next level with their threat protection feature. You don't even need to connect to a VPN server for it to work. You can access this from anywhere, and you don't miss your favourite content from home when you're travelling abroad. Like whenever we did Tea With Me live in London there at the World Podcast Fair or whatever it's called. Well, it wasn't that. We were able to all crowd around the TV and watch old reruns of James Young. NordVPN works across Windows, Mac OS, iOS, Android, Linux, and even Android TV. Bit slight Android TV, even Android TV. You can get an exclusive NordVPN deal by going to nordvpn.com/TeamWithMe to get a huge discount off your NordVPN plan. And now when you purchase a 2-year plan, you'll receive 4 months bonus on top. We're also sponsored by Manscaped. It's the summer months. It's hot out there. It's hot in here. It's hot in your pants. Manscaped got in touch with us to say it would be a bit more serious in the read. If you want a smooth penis and scrotum and perineum, or is that a sauce in Nando's? All you need to do is go to manscaped.com. They've got all the products there that you need. They've got all the stuff for your member, for your testicles, all of it there. They've got a Lawnmower 4.0 that glides around there, gets it smooth, make you quicker at running. They've got ball deodorant, ball cleanser, ball wipes. They've got shampoo. They've got cologne. They've got everything that you need. Are you going on holiday? Are you going traveling in Thailand? Don't be running about Thailand with a big hairy bag. Get it nice and trim. I just been to Coco. Look here. See this? It'll be like, see my hair from below there. You can have a bag like that. You know, and you don't have to go to see Coco for it. Although if you are looking one of the, can I say side thing? Yeah, Dan said no. You can't do a read within a read. One of the best Egyptian barbers in Hollywood. Let me just say that. Pardon? Okay. Manscaped.com. Use the code TeaWithMe for 20% off and free shipping. My guests today on the podcast are 2 returning guests. Always good. Leah McCourt and Tyrone McKenna. MMA, boxing, comedy. It's a good time. 2 very funny people in their own right. Get them together. Didn't know if they knew each other beforehand. They had met. It was a lot of fun. Love these guys. Hope you love this episode. Patreon.com/TeamWithMePodcast. Let's get into it. My guests today are a couple of punch merchants.
Like yourself.
I'm out of the game. We'll talk about this, but I'm out. You know it's a wee bit like you know when you watch like Narcos, you see Pablo Escobar and you go, he's 4 billion up. Just get out of the game, and they never do. They never do.
But you're smart.
I'm out. Yeah. That's me done.
Retire on top.
I'm done. Leah McCourt, Tyrone McKenna. First of all, you never let me down with a shirt.
Thank you. We all seen this number. It actually didn't iron properly. The iron ran out of water, and I was too lazy to fill it up again. So just have fuck it.
That sounds like a real Victorian thing. The iron ran out of water.
Well, you know,
I know you're from the West, but just get more. Go to the well.
Do you know what? My kitchen's getting tiled, and the tailor's in the kitchen. I was like, I'm not going to the kitchen to fill up like the iron.
Because you don't want to.
Annoy people.
I'd be like that too if there was a workman in the house or something.
You
I
want to
would.
make conversation?
No, I just wouldn't want to like go near him or anything. You know what I mean?
He
Like,
asked you the question. I'm so anti-handyman. Like, I'm terrible as a handyman.
that's
that,
your new business.
That I don't want to go in and him say, here, do you want this done? And then I don't have a clue what he's saying, so I
Yeah.
just stay out of the way.
Oh, a few weeks ago, the window cleaner was round, and I was in the bedroom, and he was like at the bedroom window doing it, and I just like stayed in the
What were you
bathroom.
doing in the bedroom?
I know.
I don't know, just like it wasn't anything weird. It was just like there, I don't know, doing a jigsaw or something, and I just stayed in the bathroom for like a long time.
You just stayed in the... Oh, you
I
left?
didn't want to walk past him because I thought, like you, if he sees me in the bedroom, he's going to be like, what's he doing in his own bed? Like I was dressed and all, you know what I mean? But I was like, he think I'm up here doing... Why would you be in the
Yeah,
bedroom during the
yeah.
afternoon?
Why were you in the bedroom in the afternoon?
I don't know. I think I like had to get socks or something.
You had to lie down from walking up the stairs.
Thanks for coming to do the pod, both of you. You say you're going to Thailand because you were talking about Thailand just before we recorded
Yeah.
this. I've never been to Thailand. You said I could do like a fight camp in Thailand.
Yeah, or
I've
coach.
done
You
it
could
with
coach boxing or something like that.
See the
Yeah,
thing.
good, mate.
Yeah.
See the thing with Mai Tai. Is that what it's called, or is that a cocktail?
Oh, Muay Thai.
I really don't know.
Muay Thai.
Here's the thing. I've been stitched up. I'm going out there to do an 8-week course on Mai Tai, but I think it's just cocktail making.
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Did you go for a training camp or you just on
No,
holiday?
didn't, but I did actually do a couple of days training, but I went for a honeymoon.
Oh yeah.
So I got blocked for 12 nights and then a couple of nights trained.
Will you? I don't like the idea of it because like, it's a wee bit. See, like play like Thailand, Vietnam, and that kind of thing. Me and Kieran Bartlett talk about it a lot. We like our comforts, and you're really out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Food ways or
Food wise,
Yeah,
mainly.
my missus doesn't touch any exotic food, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm eating everything. And then the last night, food poisoning, I had to get a flight home. My stomach was in bed, so sweating the fuck, and she was just sitting there laughing. She had Burger King in near enough every day,
Right.
or McDonald's or something like that. And I was slagging, going, you're in Egypt, you're over in Thailand, you should be enjoying the food.
Honeymoon.
And then boom.
A Whopper on the honeymoon.
Yeah, but the food. Did you go to the food markets?
Yeah.
They've got like
Oh,
every
dear.
animal under the sun on like a skewer, like
Yeah.
rats and like
Yeah, I had scorpion.
bat.
And see, scorpion does not taste nice. It tastes like charcoal.
I've
It does. Like I bit into it, thought it was going to be a bit of meat in it. It was just like charcoal in my mouth.
How do you know what charcoal tastes like?
Because of it.
I've had crocodile before.
It was nice.
It was really nice, but it was battered and with cheese, so I think it just tasted like I think it tasted like batter and cheese. It was in Florida. It was really nice.
Okay.
Will you like immerse yourself in the culture out there? Because he like you're. Can I say something? You're one of the most cultured guys I know,
Thank you.
and you love that. You love that I've said that.
Now that we'll bring it up to attention. My mullet. Now we're talking about culture. I've started growing a mullet.
No, you haven't.
I have.
I-
And I tell you, if you ever want to avoid female contact,
Yeah.
get a mullet. Get a mullet.
But
Honestly.
I thought I didn't want to say anything. I genuinely thought like your barber had like
No.
had a stroke halfway through cutting your hair, and
I
he's like,
asked
"I've got to
for
go to
this.
hospital."
I asked for this, and my missus is disgusting.
Isn't that like a tail you grow around the back
I
of
am.
your head?
Well, it's only starting. Jesus
Are you
Christ,
going to
give me a chance.
are you going to properly grow it out?
Aye, and my missus is fuming, and she's like, "I'm divorced now. I don't fancy you no more." Then I got a few meals from like
I'm going to Burger King.
other girls putting sick emojis up on me when I put up on Instagram. I was like, "Fuck me, people do not like this."
No.
I don't like
That's
that the
not a
mullets.
vibe.
I don't like that the mullets come back.
Theo Vaughn made it a vibe.
Right,
He made it a vibe.
but you're not a guy that follows trends. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
You're
Evidently.
cultured. You need to start your own.
Oh, getting crucified in here.
What about like why you not start a new trend like the reverse mohawk? That's basically hair all over, bar, a big strip in the middle. I want to see you with a reverse. Think about your next fight. How much could the next guy not concentrate when he's like, this fucker have a reverse mohawk?
The Ronaldo number 9.
What's the worst thing you've ever done with your hair, like when you were growing up or something?
Oh, I don't know, dyed it red, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's not
too
very,
bad.
not very exciting, no.
Have you braided it for a fight?
I always get it braided, yeah.
Yeah, I think I would like
Is
to do
that like a standard thing for girls to get
Yeah,
rid of?
because if it comes out, then it's going to be in your face, and like nobody can really fix it.
Yeah.
Did you see Katie Taylor,
Yeah,
her hair come out?
and then I think it just makes it look worse when the hair
No,
is
no,
because the hair's like
It's
flapping
like,
about.
yeah, whatever, if you're, say a guy has long hair, so if he gets punched, the
Yeah.
hair goes, so it makes the
It
punch
looks
look way worse.
aye.
Right.
Jimmy Connolly used to have long hair, and every time he get longish hair.
I didn't
for
think I could
boxers.
fancy Jimmy anymore.
But every time he got punched, his wee head went back, and I always thought to myself, I can't have long hair because
It looks so much worse
It
to the
looks worse
judges,
than it
doesn't
is,
it?
aye.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There was a.
Have you ever braided your hair?
I considered it once whenever I was about 15, and I was like, I wonder should I just get like cornrows, and then because
I think it would suit you.
there was a video Cisco did for Unleash the Dragon. Was it Unleash the Dragon? No, it was Dance With Me. Ask me any Cisco song and I know it. And he had like at the end of every cornrow,
I remember it.
he had a silver dragon like clip on them
Yeah,
all.
so you're making that?
I wasn't just going to get cornrows. I was like, let me hit up Cisco and find out where he gets these, because I don't know if you get them in like Centre or something. And I was thinking about doing that, and then I went, nah, because with football I couldn't have the referee had asked me to take my wee dragons out.
Do you remember?
That's 100% true, by the way.
Kids used to run about and squeeze lemon on their hair. I don't know if you done it or it was just a West Belfast thing. Squeeze the bleach their hair, but you squeeze lemon on your head and the sun bleached it.
I do that every summer.
Do you actually?
I swear to God.
Do you?
It does work. It does work. It lightens my hair a wee bit. I swear to you. Yeah. There was one. I remember maybe I don't know if it does. Dan, can you check and see if that works? I promise you, I will do that like this summer when the weather's good.
I might do it myself.
Because I had once,
get a bit tense on it.
oh yeah.
We're flying.
I had like I got my mate once when I was about 14 to dye just peroxide blonde, just my flick, my fringe, and it looked
That was
unreal.
a thing though, wasn't
It
it?
was
Back
a
Yeah, it
thing,
looked
wasn't it?
unreal.
Yeah.
It was also a thing just to have a fringe and nothing else. Like you just had a skinhead and a wee fringe.
Yes.
Why do people have that?
That's one thing I hated about doing the boxing was after you take your headgear off, you can't then fix your hair because you got gloves on.
Can you tell me about this? Do you won the fight?
I'm not joking. I tried to slate him as much as possible on commentary. I was commentary, and he wasn't coming on our podcast. So I was like, "Fuck him."
When he ghosted me to come, I wanted to come to the fight,
And he didn't get you. Do you
No.
know what? And you're here,
and he ignored me.
and you've been here a couple of
I
times.
know,
Like
I said, so in
Mr.
fairness,
Big Time.
I know.
you said a couple of weeks ago you couldn't make the podcast short notice, and I said I've done it, and I told still feel terrible about this coming on your podcast. No, I'm not gonna say my kid was sick to him, but he was sick. But the worst, do you know what the worst thing is when I had to cancel it? When Tommy messaged me and went, "We're here, mate. We're already here." And I pictured you two and Sean McDonald just sitting in the mill, just like waiting to be picked up by your wee daddy. He's definitely, and you were probably going, "He'll be here. He'll be here." And I didn't come pick
Did you
you up.
tell them before you got there?
10 minutes before.
I give him 10 minutes notice.
10 minutes.
Yeah, but
Yeah. And because I said to Leah, I went, "Hey, it happens.
It does happen.
It happens."
But 10 minutes before, even
I know.
He wanted me.
What?
He wanted me to lose a fight, and also Tommy on the night. And by the way, at this point, I'd only cancelled once, and it was like a.
had you ever get cancelled?
At this point, it was just once, and it was in good notice. It was like, I think it'll have to be next week, and then next week, there was.
Did he try and charge you to come on it?
Oh, I invoiced him, yeah, but Tommy on the mic was like, he's like. Just being really professional, like he killed it. Tommy's doing the announcer, right? So he's there in the fucking tux and he's announcing, and then he's like, "Here comes Shane." I think it was before my fight or something.
It was. It was like,
He's like,
"Fuck Shane Tom."
"Fuck Shane." I'm in the back. I'm trying to get psyched up for my first and only ever fight.
Do you feel nervous?
I wasn't nervous until I heard Tommy being like, "Fuck him." He's supposed to come and do the podcast.
The crowd started getting behind him. And
Yeah.
like booing Shane Tom.
My head was gone. I was like, "I'm fucking lose this fight." But yeah, so we streamed it all, and Tyrone was doing commentary with Dave and Aaron at the same time, and it was funny.
Good, it was good. Do you know what? He boxed lethal.
Did he?
He was very good. He was probably one of the best on the.
Do you know what? I loved it that much that I would never do it again. I don't think. But it was so good.
The entrance and everything was good in yours.
What was your entrance music?
Maniac
Rocky?
2000.
Was it?
Yeah.
I bet you loved that, the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see until when it started, I was fine nerves wise. But see, the 5 minutes before and
It's the
then
worst thing
the
in the
ring
world.
walk, it felt like the ring walk short. It felt like the longest ring
Yeah.
walk of all time.
See, let's stand. Wait, did you go first or second?
Well, my team was supposed to go first,
You want to go second?
and I went up to the people running it, said, "Put me second."
No, my
Yeah.
fucking watch. I'm Shane
So the
fucking Todd.
mind game started because Johnny, who was fighting backstage, goes, am I walking? He goes, "You're walking first, aren't you?" And I said, "Nah." I'd already won. I'd already won at that point.
That's a mental battle right there.
Yeah.
And is there any animosity, or were you actually?
No. That's why I didn't really enjoy it.
There was.
I enjoyed the whole spectacle and stuff of it, but I didn't like punching
The
someone.
most animosity was the two female fighters, whoever they were.
Who were they?
Oh, they
It
were calling
was-
each other all sorts. Of
Wow.
One landed a comedy gig and went mental at her, and
What?
there was drama. It was like Tyson Fury and AJ. That's what it was like.
Were they from
Was that
over
big?
here?
Huh?
Were they from here?
Yeah.
The girls?
Yeah. So what happened was
They're calling you out next.
what happened was there was mind games in a lot of the fights. Me and Johnny were like messaging each other instead of doing like public type stuff, right?
Okay.
There was no my fights sell themselves, right? But there was no I'm like Canelo, right? So right, they were the two of the girls who were fighting were doing a bit of Instagram stuff. One,
Can you tell me their names, or will you tell me off?
Claire and Rachel.
Would I know them?
I don't mean to be. I don't think so.
Okay.
But so what
So
happened?
are they comedians?
Yes.
Okay.
It was a comedians charity
Okay.
thing. All comics. So Claire was baiting Rachel on her Instagram, trying to get like a rise out of her, trying to get a reply. But Rachel wasn't doing the mind games. Rachel was on my team. Claire was trying to get a response. Claire went to a gig that Rachel was doing, and basically like walked in mid-set, filming herself on Instagram, was like, "You're shite" or something, and then just walked out,
Oh, was that all
and
it
then
was?
drove home. Yeah,
I
but
heard it was a lot more. I thought it was heated.
there was no back and forth because I think Claire didn't even know, Rachel
That's a
didn't
lot
even
of
know what had
drama.
happened.
It's a lot
But
of effort.
It's
For a
it's
charity
a
boxing
it's a lot of
match.
effort when you're putting diesel in your car
Yeah.
to go and do that,
For
and then
charity
you're
as well,
running in and
like.
out.
Wow. Okay.
I think it was like a 18-mile round trip or something. Like, it's too much. You know what I mean? But yeah, everyone took it in different ways. Everyone took it
Yeah.
very serious.
Did Paddy train you? Barnes, no.
Sean McComb.
Mm.
Sean McComb.
Sean McComb's a good coach.
In the end, we were training each other.
Would you do another one? No.
I honestly,
you stuttered there. You shit yourself.
right on the night, it was like, I'm done. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it, but I wouldn't want to do it again because I got so into it that it really took up so much time. And I have such a good memory of it that I wouldn't want to do another one that I didn't enjoy
Yeah.
and I didn't love it. But that's how easily I could have been swayed. We were in Pugs after the fight, and Tommy came up to me. We were chatting away, and Tommy goes, "You should do the novices."
I was gonna say you should do
I
an
said,
actual boxing fight.
"What's that?" He went, "Oh, it's like beginners, like you do like a wee tournament and that kind of thing." And I went, "No." He goes, "Hey, you'd be alright with it." And I went,
Good.
I went up to my wife who was there and went, I told her like, I'm not boxing again. I went up to her and went, "We're doing the novices."
I think that'd be brilliant.
No, I
Get
don't.
it all on film.
I don't. It was great. It was do you know what the best bit of it was? Like the going to Holy Trinity
You
and
love it.
doing the training
Training's
and the
best.
sparring. It was
Yeah.
Training is
Brilliant.
not the best.
Well, we
I
weren't doing
understand.
the cardio side of it. We weren't doing like anything like that. It was just like in the ring stuff.
I know, but like the fight's the best part. Not think so.
I don't know. I get really nervous.
I get nervous beforehand, but when you're in the fight,
No, when I'm in the fight, I love it, but the fight week and then the fight
your
day,
fights are grueling as well.
I know.
You're like same sort of like mine. Fuck's sake.
it's always a war. Like I literally am like on fight night, I'm like I am never ever doing this ever.
100%.
There's no way I'm doing this again. Why am I doing this?
You want to go home?
Even
I
on
wanna
the even
throw
on
myself
the
out
on
the
the night,
window.
you're thinking that.
Even
in the
worse.
change room,
Yeah.
when you're walking out to the fight, you're like, should I just go back, say I'm going to go to the toilet?
Yeah.
Right.
Just run home.
Or you just look at people in the crowd and you're like, why can't I be one of them sitting there?
Yeah.
Why am
I
I
will-
actually doing this?
I'm always jealous, like when I'm like during the day when it's the longest day in the world and you're in
Yeah.
the hotel room and you're looking at your phone and all your mates are out and all
Yeah,
out having
drink it,
fun. And I
yeah.
look out the window and there's the crowds are all gathering. I'm like, fuck me, I wish I was one of them.
Why can't I be one
Yeah.
of them? It's the worst ever.
But like, forgive me if I've asked you this before. See, during the fight, are you having thoughts that aren't just the fight. If that makes sense. Like, is there a moment where you're ever thinking about something else?
Never.
No.
Like the crowd or who's in the crowd or
Well,
anything like that?
to be honest, the time I fought Sinead Kavanagh, McGregor was, he was literally there. We were fighting, he was there, and all I could hear was him.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
have that memory of him like screaming for Sinead. And every time I see him, like we're cool, I like him, but it's like that's all vividly. That's the one time I can remember thinking,
Yeah, stop being.
why is he here? Why is?
Did you speak to him after or anything?
Oh yeah, he messaged me and he's like always very supportive. But I just remember it being really weird because I didn't know he was going to be there. And it was just
Right.
random because quite a big character, and
Yes,
obviously you know his
yeah.
voice.
Yes.
And I couldn't hear my team. I couldn't hear anything. It just hit him.
What
Yeah,
about,
there is voices you can hear
Yeah, you
distinctly,
know,
isn't there?
yeah.
Like Tommy McCarthy's, I can hear his, if he's 20 rows back, I still can hear his voice.
Yeah.
Right, what, like encouraging you on?
Yeah.
Oh, so you can actually hear. See, I didn't think you would be able to hear specific things.
I don't
during the
hear most people, like, but
Just Tommy.
just Tommy's. Don't
Yeah,
Tommy
if you ever
or
really,
the coach.
if you're used to that voice,
Yeah.
like it's like Molly, if she's in my corner, I can hear because I
Yeah.
know it's her.
You can decipher who to listen to and not
Yeah.
to listen
fight. Last time you were on, you met Stormzy at one of your fights.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, you left to go to McDonald's and Stormzy was.
No,
your-
Molly met Stormzy.
Do your
Right.
research before you get Leah on.
So what? Tell me through your research on Whiskey and White.
I am flat out doing whiskey and wheat. I'm the researcher. I know everything about Leah.
Yeah.
It was actually Molly met Stormzy.
Last couple of fights, has there been anyone hanging about for either of you? Like, would you ever be like?
Rashford was my one I got knocked out in.
Who was it?
Rashford.
Oh, really?
He was at Dubai.
Wow.
And
It was Skepta you're thinking of
Yes.
in London.
Yes. Shout out. And no more.
to be
No more
fair, I
UK
actually
rap.
did think she meant Stormzy as well.
Nah, no more UK rap. Shout out on my G's.
But yeah, Rashford. But he disrespected me. He walked past me and went to pro grade. After pro grade, knocked me out. So it's disrespected.
You calling him out?
Bastard. Well, I'm an Everton man anyway, so fuck him.
What are you both at fight wise now? Like, do you know when your next fight's going to be? Are you planning? You do?
Yeah.
When?
I'm not. I'll tell you off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I'm saying I know what I'll tell you off.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a big run up?
Mine's pretty big.
You just get in trouble if you tell them
Yeah, you
your
do.
bosses.
And
It's
then
not like we give a fuck. It's
And
like we
another,
get in
another
trouble.
thing is, like, say I tell those people, see in boxing, like, I don't know about MMA, but in boxing, it can change in a week. It can be a completely different show.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So I tell I select people, like, fighters, because they kind of know that it can change.
Oh, so in case right, my equivalent of this is I did the Edinburgh Fringe in 2012, 40-seater, right? And it was the first time I've been over to Fringe. And it was me and a girl called Rebecca Boland doing a show together, and we would have, because we're quite new at stand-up, you have an hour-long slot, so we would do 20 minutes each, and then there would be a guest headliner every day, so a different comic, and you were basically like trying to get people into the show off the street. I think it was like a midday show, so it was difficult enough, and you're going, oh, our headliner, he's been on Mock the Week, or he's been on Live at the Apollo. 1 week in the middle of the Fringe, she goes to me, I've got Jim Jeffries, Australian comedian, one of the biggest comics in the world, and he was huge at the Fringe that year. She goes, I've got his Jim Jeffries for tomorrow. And I went, brilliant. And I start telling all the comics I know, we have Jim Jeffries at our show tomorrow. At about 8 o'clock the night before, she goes, I haven't had any confirmation from him. And I went, well, we'll try and get it. And she went, yeah, I don't know, he'll probably be there. There was some promoter party in Edinburgh, and I went, I'm going to try and get into this because I know he'll be at it, just to go up to him and go, I'm Shane, I think you might be doing a show with us tomorrow, you all good for that? Couldn't get into the party. We do the show the next day. It's like double the capacity of the room, and it's all comedians.
Fuck.
And I said to her, you think he's coming? And she went, no, but I've asked. And there was this guy called, I don't know his surname, but he was called Danny, right? And he was just like some guy from England who hadn't really done that much, same as us, hadn't done much stand-up. And she went, I don't think he's going to come, but we'll just get Danny on. All these comedians that I wanted to impress were in the crowd, and they're looking at me like, and we do our sets, and then I just have to go, ladies and gentlemen, mystery headliner, Danny, and this fella walks on, and no one can leave because the room's so small, and they're all looking at him being like, "Ah, no," and it was the worst. So I learned not to like big stuff up until you know it's definitely happening.
Like I've actually said to Leah on Saturday my next fight, but I wouldn't tell normal like general public because then everyone gets excited and then everyone gets told. But hopefully it happens.
See, I watched the McGregor documentary recently. Let me ask you this. I don't know the answer to this. Why do people do like like for making weight and like getting on the scales? He was in this big like full body suit and he's obviously sweating all the weight out and that kind of thing. Why do you not like, I know it's difficult, why do people not like just maintain like relatively close to the weight they're going to be fighting at?
That's an annoying question.
but I can't because in my head I'm watching that and going, he's going to be so weak the day before his fight.
Get down that weight, we have to fucking barely eat for 10 weeks or 12 weeks so like we're and training our bodies up to get that weight in sweatsuits and saunas and all that shit. So like when we stop fighting, we're straight away, or the next week we're shot up again. Like,
yeah, it's like it affects your body, but not only that, it's like it's like, for me anyway, it's dangerous to be that low in training because I need to have strength to wrestle, to box, to maintain the training load.
Right.
You can't maintain it at that weight.
Right.
And for females, there's way less weight classes.
Oh, okay, right.
So I can only be in that weight category.
Right. But and how much would that, if you had to do like a sweat that much, say like a day or 2 days before a fight, by the time you fight, are you okay again, or will that
there's some fights I haven't been, like I haven't recovered. I've been absolutely dead.
You feel yourself like weaker?
Yeah, horrendous.
Dead. Like there's one thing I was fighting this guy and I was like, I've sparred my goofy time, so I was like, do you know what? I usually beat him easy enough in spar, so it'll be handy. So then dedicate myself the way I should have.
Right.
And then I got to like 2 weeks before and I was way overweight and I was like, what the fuck?
Like what are we chatting roughly? You
a week before, I worked MMA and boxing.
So we cut a lot more than boxers.
So the week before the fight, maybe 5 days before the fight, I was stone over.
What's that in kilo?
7.5.
So I've done 7 in a day.
Oh, that's
in a day?
7
you
kilo.
water load, but do you?
Yeah.
See, water loading, there's...
Oh, I was saying waterboarding. Sorry, I was going to say. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
But it basically is like human torture. Like it's like it's like that.
But what do you mean? What do you mean water loading?
So do you want to explain it?
You do. Yeah, I don't do it. You do it.
So you basically you drink, say like how many kilograms you drink a litre for every like 10. So I would drink like 7 litres like for 3 days and then bring it down, and then that means there's loads of fluid so you can lose that water weight. So when you're cutting weight the last week, it's mostly water weight. You can't lose any fat or anything more.
Right.
You're trying to get as much water out of you as possible, so you do like water load.
But you're all full of water.
But then the last couple of days you don't. You cut the water out.
Right.
And then the last
you're still
like flushing the water out, and then the last day you're doing your like saunas, salt baths, runs, sweatsuits, like all that.
Pissing like a racehorse when you're having 7 litres of water.
Yeah, well you want to be, yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's all.
So how do you lose seven in a day?
It was horrendous. It was in New York in the middle of lockdown, so I had like didn't have a proper fight camp. Didn't know when I was ever going to fight again because it was lockdown. I was like, I'm just going to take this fight. Just had shoulder surgery. Was like, didn't have a proper camp. Flew to New York. Everything was locked down in New York, and then we went down to Connecticut, and then obviously normally you have saunas and gyms. Gym wasn't open. There was no sauna and there was no baths.
Fuck. Me.
I was like. So it was
just using punch machines at an arcade?
No, like I remember putting the sweatsuit on, and then so I lost 6 or 7 kilos, I don't know, in a day, and then literally
doing what with the sweatsuit? Just like running
so
about?
We did run to sweatsuits. We got a sauna blanket. I don't know if you've heard of them. The worst things ever. Had 24 hours of cutting weight. I was doing. Had to go to another hotel, hire a room that had a bath. Was doing baths. So this was like. So I was cutting weight.
See baths. They're fucking horrible.
Isn't it like human? You're torturing yourself.
And you think your heart's going to explode doing the baths because you get out of the hot water and your heart's just boom. Like,
you basically have to stay in the boiling water for 20 minutes to get the sweat going, and then you lie in a wrap for 40 minutes. So you're like going, and you have to keep doing that until you lose the weight. So it's like I could liken it to like if you were interrogating someone. That's like something you would do, like make them do that. It's horrific.
Don't know if a bath is like the worst.
Do you know what we should do? Put it in, but it's not bad.
Yeah, alright, fair.
No. you
But
should
it's having
try
to
it.
repeat it, I suppose, is
No,
the difference.
But you're
You don't
completely
understand how hard
depleted.
it is.
He's really downplaying this, isn't
Yeah.
he?
You don't know how hot this bath is.
I like a nice
Can
hot
we do?
bath.
We should do a weight cut with him.
We do. Let's do a wake up.
Here, I don't need to wake up.
I'd be good. If you could do a wake up, that'd be unbelievable.
No.
No, if you actually went
Film it.
through what we go through during
And
that
then
time,
I'd say you'd break down
he
crying.
would break down the first bath.
100%.
Well, the only fuel I need in life is you to doubt me. See that with boxing? Seeing I come in here 5 stone, ready to rumble.
No, make weights. See if boxing, you don't have to make weight. It'd actually be unbelievable. Like it's the
Yeah.
only bad side to the sport.
Yeah.
But then if you fought at your natural weight, I suppose, then you're fighting people at a weight.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't like that because they're cutting down, so I'm going to be fighting huge people. Cause
Tommy.
Basically, because it's a melt.
Yeah.
So see, the thing about having a fight and not being able to like talk about it or not knowing if someone's going to drop out, that how many fights would you say you've had like cancelled? Because I know you were in Dubai
I'm right now. I'm 9 months away to fight because of cancellations. So
and you were in Dubai, weren't you? And they were like,
during lockdown, fuck me, and then went to weigh in. Everything was sweet. Got the weight weighed in. The guy wasn't there. I was like, what the fuck?
Where was
this
he?
guy? And the guy struggling to make weight. He's up in his room, and then it turned out he had COVID.
Shut
And they
up.
were trying to retest him for the next day. So I didn't know. I thought he was just making weight. So night of the fight, got to bed, woke up the next morning, knocked at the door. Boom, you aren't fighting today. I was like, fuck's sake. And I had to, it took me 3
Were you not relieved? If that was me, I'd be like,
You do be relieved. Yeah, I was. I was semi-relieved, and then I wasn't. I was like,
Yeah.
you think you want it to happen.
Yeah.
But then when it does happen, you're like, nah.
I had a corporate gig last night that cancelled at the last minute. And
You're loving it.
All right, well,
I love when people cancel like anything. See if you just phone me up, it's not happening today. I'd be like, yes.
yeah. You didn't love it when I cancelled coming on your pod.
I actually did enjoy it.
You were sort of like in a way called out on Whiskey and White
was
Was
I?
it?
over chess.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Gareth.
What was his
Gareth A.
Oh,
Davis.
he.
Right, so no, can we also rewind back to this story?
Oh shit.
Because
Oh, she's not happy
I
here.
no, because I had literally
Gareth.
you've just heard about what cutting weight's like. So I had just cut weight,
Oh,
and
really?
Gareth was like, Leah, come in and play a game of chess. I walked into the Fighters Hotel. He had like this set up and like a chessboard like being filmed, and I was like, I'm fucking fighting tomorrow, and I'm playing fucking chess. with
Jesus,
Gareth.
that's
It was
the
really-
hold on,
last
and I have just cut weight. I was like, as if my mind was on this chess game.
Right.
Me and Gareth have been Milan, Paris, everywhere. There's been chessboards. He's never rematched me.
Right.
So that's the real story.
So Gareth A. Davis is like a boxing
journalist.
broadcaster,
Well,
journalist.
not just boxing, just the combat sports really.
Right. And he basically like blindsided you with a
Blindsided
game.
Tell
You're
me.
like some sort of champion.
I was
Are you a
Irish,
wizard?
Irish chess
Is
champion.
that what it's called? A wizard?
Grandmasters.
You were Irish chess champion?
Yeah,
That's so weird that
What
your
was your
career
title?
could have gone chess or
my
fighting.
title.
Like because there is grandmaster and all. Did you have a
No.
title? No.
I was only
Grand
like
Wizard.
14.
Is there ratings? There's ratings. in
You can
there?
give me a name. I don't know.
You're the Grand Wizard of Saintfield.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, that maybe sounds like a Ku Klux Klan thing. Not that. But I think I'm getting them mixed up. 'Cause, you're Irish chess champion for real? At what age?
I was like a kid.
I love that going into the careers advisor. I'm interested in chess and fighting.
Chess, and I did actually was a horse rider, and now I
Really?
fight in a cage. It's weird.
That is weird.
Are you good at chess?
I like chess, but I wouldn't say I'm very good at it, but I like it.
I thought I was unreal at drafts. Like I thought I could have gone pro. I don't know if there's a circuit for it, but I thought I could go pro at drafts when I was a kid. But then I realised I'd only ever played my dad.
Yeah.
And I realised I'm shit at it and he's shitter. So I was like killing my dad and I was like double that up and all Dennis. I was dancing all over Dennis. We were going camping in Tollymore and I was putting this guy away every time. And then I need to stop throwing up gang signs. And then I played someone else in school or something. I was like, I'm unreal at this, and then I realised I wasn't.
I
couldn't play chess.
I think I am unbelievable at Connect 4. Like, no
Like
one
you've got a
else
gift?
A gift. I've discovered it in Mexico on holiday. There was a championship going on. Like, just the give us an 18 to 30 club holiday. Mexican.
18 to 30.
We just
Get the
it got
board
really,
games out.
It got really crazy one night, and someone whipped out the Connect 4. I went full. I walked over. The whole fucking hotel was in this competition. There was prelims, there's fucking semi-finals.
He's cutting weight for it.
My whole day was took up with this fucking chest. I won.
What were you watching it?
No,
You were competing in
I was
it?
competing. I won.
You won?
I won for the team. Won for the boys.
So we have the Irish chess champion and the Mexican Connect 4 champion. Jesus Christ. What's your technique? You go right in the middle?
No, I don't give them techniques, but there is. You have to think 10. It's just as hard.
achievement.
It's just as hard as chess, really.
I thought you were going to say it's just as hard as fighting, and I was like,
I couldn't learn chess. I'm telling you right now, you couldn't teach me it.
No.
why?
I don't have the capacity for. I swear, I don't have the capacity for it. There's too much going on. Drafts, I get, because it's very straightforward.
Yeah.
But chess, I couldn't.
Do you still play it, or just?
I can. I don't play it frequently, but yeah.
I love the look of it. Like, we were in Miami, in Little Havana, and there was old guys playing it in like a square,
So
and it
cool.
looked
I literally watch it on YouTube. For sure. I watch
Do you?
Magnus all the time.
The Klitschko's used to play it. You always remember you used to see them playing it.
I
You
enjoy
watch
it.
chess
I
on
watch
YouTube?
chess. Honestly, it's fucking.
What was the
boring.
big controversy of
That's
the
how
guy?
boring my
It was
life
like
is.
a guy who was like the best ever,
Magnus, huh?
right? But then there was controversy
Yeah,
over
because
that.
they got cheated. He was cheating. He
Shut
was
up.
cheating on the ring. Said like it was a buzzer on his foot or something, but it wasn't actually. He just got absolutely battered by some like kid, 17-year-old.
Oh my
He
goodness.
was a goat.
Wasn't Andrew Tate's dad like a grandmaster at chess? I heard that as well.
Don't know.
I don't know anything about chess. I just
Don't
know I love
Sounds
it.
like we dove into chess too much here.
I would
Yeah.
have a chessboard in my house sitting out, and people go, "Do you play?" And I go, "Yeah," but I wouldn't play. I'd have a decorative one, you know what I mean? But I'd never play
Yeah.
it. I like thinking I could and drinking whiskey,
Yeah.
drinking whiskey and playing chess. I like
That'd
that,
be
but I couldn't do that. Let me ask you this: do you have this thing? I used to have this thing where when I worked in the call center, where if it was like nice weather like this, I couldn't work. I'd like phone them up and go, "I'm sick. I can't.
Yeah.
I couldn't work." Or like if
Did you
it was-
work at a call centre?
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
one?
It was up at top. It was called Rapport, and it was up at top.
LBM.
It wasn't one of the big ones, but it was in Hollywood, so that's why I did it. And it was outbound cold calling.
That's what I was doing. It's bad.
Did you feel like? Do you ever work in a call center?
No.
You're a robot. You just
Yeah,
learn
it's
this
the
script,
same
and I
thing
could
over
still
and over.
probably do it.
And saying the same jokes when they say a certain response, you say a certain joke.
Like what?
I can't think of it. I actually only worked there for like a month and a half before I walked out.
Did you get offered? Did you tell me once that you got offered to go pro, and you just walked out in the middle
I
of
was
your shift? You were like,
during my
Did
shift.
you?
During my shift.
Unreal.
Just got a phone call from a guy in London. He said, "Do you want to go to Philadelphia next week? Turn professional, and I'll be paying you monthly." And I was like, "Fucking right." Put them wee heads. I said, "See you later, everyone." I'm away to Philly. It was fucking epic.
What jobs have you had?
I worked in David Lloyd.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it there.
Worked in Fitness First in Conswater.
Yeah.
And worked in a personal training company. So I sold people courses to become personal trainers. So I'm the reason why half of Northern Ireland are personal trainers.
Oh no, have you started this epidemic
yeah.
at the ground
I
level?
was like really good at sales, doing that, selling them this career in the fitness industry. And
Was
look
the
at
only-
us now.
Was the only thing you tell them this? Start your videos like this.
Yeah.
That's all you. Apparently, that's all you need to do. It is mad, that thing of like everybody being a PT.
Everybody's a fitness professional.
What annoys me about PTs is they turn into boxing coaches as well.
Yeah.
It comes with the job title that you're a boxing coach.
You can hold
Right.
pads.
Yeah, you can't hold pads.
Right.
And there's so many frauds, isn't there? It's like when you see, even
I love all this stuff. I do. Yeah. Yes, you're
isn't
right.
there?
Yep.
It's like I just look at them. It's like
That's
Yeah.
one of the most. I think. One of those things. People in that industry, obviously not everyone, but there is a lot of people who buy followers.
Yeah.
Who it's
Oh,
fake.
100%.
It's all about how they're judging. People are judging them on how many followers they have. I get
Yeah.
why. I kind of in a weird way get why you
Are you
would
trying
do
to
it.
tell something?
Yes, I have. Don't look at my Instagram following in detail, or you'd be like, "Why are 90% of your followers from Sri Lanka?" I'll be like, "They just love me out there." There used to be an app where you could do that. I don't know. If
buy
it's still,
followers.
No, well, there's loads of that, but I mean apps where you could see
Oh,
what
really?
percentage of people's followers were
Fake.
organic. They call
Why,
it.
why would it? I don't even get it. Why?
But I kind of do, especially for like a younger person now. I kind of do get it because people would probably look at a PT's page, and instead of looking at like
Yeah.
their results, their
Yeah, they'll be
content,
looking at that.
they'll be like, oh, how many followers do they have?
Yeah.
Are they verified?
Like any
So you
decent
kinda
coaches
have
I
to.
know in like MMA, like don't even have, they don't even know what
Really?
social media is. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just so back, like not into it. It's like,
I think it's good for sponsorships as well. Like
well,
sponsors
for
make go on.
athletes, but I mean more so coaches, like
Oh, coaches.
good, decent, like coaches don't.
Yeah, they
give
don't.
a
They
fuck
don't
about
need it.
Yeah.
They don't.
No, but like yeah, for us, like it's like
I
brands.
still wouldn't
they
do
all-
it. Like I think you're gonna. It's easy to see who's bought followers anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
from the like in the.
Yeah, because what then when you bought, like,
You know,
you're not getting the
then-
interaction that
Yeah.
that you would. Are you are you you're an OnlyFans guy now?
Don't you worry, I brought my hat and everything.
Oh my god! I've said this before and I'll say it again. See anyone who fights and they're from the West, they're flogging things always. Paddy, I spoke to someone about. I was talking to someone about like teeth, and Paddy Barnes just like appeared and was like, "Do you need a code for Grantchip Dental?" Where is he come from? He literally like, it was in my house and the window was open that much and he just like flew in. He flew in with a promo code like a wee fly and just went.
Your promo for that was so funny. You and
It
Tommy.
was. I'm a genius at promos.
You are good.
I am a genius. I hadn't even just recently, like, over the years of
The
like
golden
boxing.
contract one. You're the
really
OG.
fun.
of promo.
Yeah.
Did you see the video they did for just like the podcast, the live podcast?
I don't think
The
so.
Dahmer one.
Oh.
What?
I was Jeffrey Dahmer.
No.
I was fucking brilliant.
Was
It was, it was like I'll say this: you and Tommy can. I know you've acted before. We talked about that in the pod before, but you can both really
good.
act. Like, you know what I mean?
It's
Like,
funny.
It was fun,
Because
wasn't
you
it?
do dry
what's
screaming.
the so? What I remember about OnlyFans is people were like, it started off as like a regular thing where like comedians would have it or reality
Was that how it
stars.
started off? Is it?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought it
yeah.
just started off with
No, and then the dirt merchants got in and were like, here,
yeah.
what about these calves? Right? You know, so but I think they're now trying to make it.
I heard there's
Bit of
something.
everything, though.
There's actually a man on it currently who dresses up as a giant and like has wee mini bottles of Coke and cows placed about, and he's naked and he crushes the cans on video, and he gets a fortune. He's getting like 40-50 grand a month. So I started
Wow.
thinking online, where can I buy a giant suit?
But what do you? But surely it's trick photography. It's not like.
Well, it's
Just
all
you-
mini stuff, and obviously it's got a wee angle
What do
going
you
on.
do on it?
I just put up boxing stuff. Mrs. won't let me put up in the cat yet.
Not yet. She's like, wait till the good weather comes in, and then you get it.
No, if you want the cat, you go to DMs. That's where the action happens.
So did they come to you?
Yeah, they went to me. They're looking. Do you know what? They're looking to get off the dirt merchants. They're looking to. They're looking to.
So why have they come to you?
They're looking to bring it back to the OnlyFans, having fans, and they've sponsored quite a few. Have they sponsored any MMA fighter shit?
They've like approached. I've had like messages about it, yeah, and that loads of them are on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So boxing's flat out. Everyone's getting an OnlyFans sponsorship. So they phoned me and asked me, and I said to my missus, and I said to my missus, alright, I've already said this in a few podcasts, but I'll say it here anyway because there's plenty more viewers. but I said to my missus, here, OnlyFans are looking to sponsor me. It's good money, it's great money. And she's like, what's the money? I said, blah, blah. And she's like, right. And what do you have to do? And I was like, I have to get one dick pic a month. Right? And I was deadly saying, like, one dick pic. And that's it. And she said, one dick pic. I said, one dick pic. And she sat there and she's like, and it's really that much? They're giving me, I said, yep, for the year, just one dick pic a month. That's 12 dick pics a year. And she was like, great. We need a new kitchen, so get the dick out. I think, are you fucking serious? I just have to be boxing shit up, you cunt. She was like, I was only joking. I was like, my bollocks, you're only joking. So, we know her price. If she ever wants to pimp me out, it's not even too dear, too expensive.
Is that why you can't?
€1.
Is that why you can't go into the Tyler? Because in case you ask, what you be using the kitchen for? Have you ever had a company, or you don't have to mention who it is, but someone come to you for like sponsorship or something like that, and you've said no? You've been like, oh no way, I wouldn't do that. Well, there was something that just seemed a bit dodgy, or
I don't do drink or gambling.
right.
Not to get on my moral high horse, but I just think that like no, I just didn't do
Well, full disclosure, there was a betting company that came to us about the podcast recently, and
What was it?
I didn't feel comfortable with it. Huh?
Are you going to name and shame?
No, but it's not. It wasn't Paddy Power. Right? But it just felt there was just something weird. But then again, I would do drink stuff. I've done plenty of alcohol type stuff. But the betting one just it just didn't sit right.
Yeah.
With any of us, and it's not like we're like prudes or any, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I've had to work it.
But
I don't know. That's just one we just couldn't.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I've had that ever. I've had a gambling company sponsor me. It's probably the same one.
Yeah, maybe.
It's from here.
No.
Not from. Well, they're from
No.
north of Ireland.
But then again, I have done stuff with a gambling company before, but it was just, I don't know. There's just so much more out there about it now.
Yeah.
And
I think
a couple of documentaries I've seen.
Addict is a very bad addiction. Like
I think I have like loads of alcoholics and like people addicted to gambling on my phone. I
Right.
was like promoting it.
Right. But but that's something that like you see so many sports people getting into gambling because
Like, you do.
like
You're
you
so
say,
bored.
you used to have so long in between
Yeah.
fights and also during camp and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You're away
I
from
always
you're
say,
on your phone.
I used to not gamble loads, but like get regularly into gambling. And most days 'cause I was just sitting in camp going, "Fuckers, boring."
I've heard loads of like elite athletes do it, get into gambling. I don't get it. I don't even want to lose a pound. I'm not.
I don't do it now. I've stopped gambling, but I used to. And I was like, I looked at my bank statement. I was like, "Fuck me." My actual accountant was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Right.
So I was like, "Right, stop that." But gambling, I just think you can. It's just. Doesn't feel real because it's on your phone. It doesn't feel
Yeah,
real money.
it's
It's
like real
It's
money.
like holiday money. See,
Yeah.
as soon as it turns into euros.
yeah,
Yeah, me or you.
yeah. So I think gambling's a very, very bad one to get into.
It I have maybe put on like 5 bets in my life, right? But I never actually like had an app or like done one myself. And my dad, when I was about 10 or 11 or something, he goes, "Do you want to?" And he's the same, right? But he was like, "Do you want to?" Someone from his gym was putting a bet in the Grand National, and my dad goes, "Do you want to pick a horse here? And we'll put a fiver each on it." And I said, "Yeah," and I just picked one at random. And my dad goes, "It's one, mate." And it was like 70 quid or something. I couldn't believe it. And he goes, "His mate Tom had put the bet on." And my dad goes, "We'll have to get Tom something for putting the bet on for you." And my dad goes, "We'll get him a 6-pack." And I, as a child mentality, I thought he meant, do you know at those times everyone had, remember the 6-pack machines, the like toners? In my head I was like, I said, "Okay, if you think." I thought that's going to be about 60 quid. And then my dad was like, "No, 6 cans of beer." And I went through that much stress with it that I went, I'm not gambling
Finished.
anymore. Yeah.
See, when I was a kid, like when I was like 9, 10, you were able to go into gambling shops and gamble.
Pardon?
Like I used to gamble, mate. I
Maybe
mean,
in
my
West
mates
Belfast.
used to go into the bookies and gamble every week, or we pounds. We pound like a 10 timer for £1, and we go in every week, but gamble.
Dead serious.
100%. It's maybe stopped the last. I don't know how long it stopped, but when we were kids, it was going on. Make it catchy walking down the street going to the bookies.
Yeah, like no under 8s. No under 8s. They're like, "Hey, get out of here."
But if the question is, "I was from my daddy," and I say, "Sweet."
Right.
And then you go up to the sweet shop and get a pack of figs for your dad if you wanted as well. Carry it in the off places probably as well if you wanted. For fuck's sake.
Remember the panic of getting someone to go in for you at an off license?
I
Yeah.
never drank until I was 18.
Really?
Well, 17, 18.
I did a couple of times. I've never really that into it, but I remember the first time getting, so there was like a guy.
Imagine
or
the
like he'd go
person
in for
actually
you.
doing that.
I
Would you
know.
ever do that for a kid?
I do now.
Peer pressure. If you see,
The
you see a
markup
bunch of
on
rough
that's,
kids, they're 12 years old, there's a bunch of them.
12?
You're going in there.
yeah, the markup on it's massive, like
The markup.
50 quid for a 6-pack of Smirnoff Ice, like. And then you tout on them anyway.
You just take your money and you go, "Shit."
Yeah. So see, having a fight but not being able to announce it and all that kind of thing. Do you know who it is against, or do you just know the date? You know who it is against. So, do you start? Is a typical camp like say like 2 or 3 months, or once you have the date and the opponent, you just start right there?
When I have the date and the opponent, I'm training. Like I'm always kind of training, but camp is like 4 months out.
Right.
Depending
4
how.
months.
Yeah, depending on the opponent.
Thrones 2 weeks.
Because you're doing, we have to do like box and wrestling.
Yeah, you
Brazilian
have to do so much
jiu-jitsu,
actually.
kickbox and sparring, conditioning. It's like
Good thing,
there's so much, and then there's so much in the game plan.
Do you like? So we only have one coach that we pay. Do you have like 10 coaches you have to pay?
So
Striking coach, grappling coach.
I have so like in Liverpool at the minute I've got like 2 head coaches, and then I have S&C coach. Now it's mostly all in the gym I'm in, and I have my S&C coach, and then I have nutritionists and
Strength, stamina, endurance.
There's a lot of.
Is that real?
strength and conditioning.
Oh.
S&C.
Oh, S&C. So you said
Yeah,
S&C.
there is so much pay. Like nutritionist, you're saying nutritionist, and then S&C coach, and then your coach. But you have a couple of different coaches.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah, but you need it. Like you need
You
them
do.
to.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
a lot.
my coach, or my camp would start maybe.
You're with Pete. Yeah.
Pete,
Do you, since you started doing a podcast,
Hmm.
have you noticed your boxing career change, like in terms of?
I've noticed a lot of people grab me for pictures rather than for boxing. That's for the podcast. Like even at the fights the other night. Like I'm on a boxing fights, so you'd think they'd be grabbing me for boxing, but they're grabbing me. Westgate mate, we love the podcast, and I was like,
I love the idea of like you're an X5. People are like, look at this YouTuber.
that's what's going to
They're
happen.
like, he's unreal. This guy's fucking brilliant.
No, but a lot of people are starting to recognise me more for the podcast,
Yeah.
and because it is out every week, and then everyone shares it on Instagram and TikTok and all, gets
Yeah.
loads of views. So people are seeing me more often for the Whiskey and Weight podcast than they do for a fight, and I haven't fought in a fucking 9 months.
Yeah.
But that is surely good for your career,
Yeah,
for
100%.
boxing, because as well as that, like people like get to know you way more,
Yeah,
so then they're more invested in your fight and come to see your fights.
yeah. I hope. Well, people probably don't want to know me more, but
Right.
after watching the podcast, but no, I have a good fan base in boxing anyway, so
Yeah.
I don't
You have a
think.
good personality, though, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like people know.
I think that's why OnlyFans wanted me as well, because they know I'm good at selling myself. I'm
$7.50.
I'm a person that's like, I've never had a promotion backing me ever. I'm
Yeah.
always self-promoting, so like to get big fights without a promoter is
So are you
very,
not signed to a promoter? You can
No.
fight any of those
I can
shows.
fight on any shows, and for someone to get the fights I'm getting on a high level without being backed is very rare. It's very
Yeah.
hard to do. So I have to learn how to self-promote crazily and do all them promos.
Do you have a
all them
manager as well?
I have a manager. Jamie's my manager.
But-
Jimmy.
Conlon.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But you still like, I think having to do loads of self promotion too is good,
Yeah.
because I'm thinking of promo video ideas or
I love the
Okay.
promo videos. Like they're fun. Creating them ideas and going, fuck, that's going to be unbelievable.
can I tell you what I've done for one? I think it'll have come out by the time
Right.
this podcast comes out. So I hate like just a hard sell of like, here I'm doing these shows, here's where it is, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, yours are funny
You
too.
don't want to like repeat the same
Yeah.
thing. So do you know what Fiverr is? The
Fi-
app.
Fiverr.
No.
It's called Fiverr.
It's an app where you get marketing and stuff.
Yeah,
No.
so you can hire freelancers to do anything.
I've
right.
literally just used it this week for a logo.
Right, that's exactly
Yeah.
what it's for. Logos, a promo video, editing, anything
Okay.
like that. So you basically just search. So if Leah wanted a logo, she'd write, make me a logo, and loads of sellers
Yeah.
will come up, and you see the reviews and that kind of thing. So my plan on Fiverr is to, instead of getting like a class slick promo video, I found the worst rated seller that does promo videos, and it's a guy in India, and
That's unbelievable.
most people have had like thousands of like ratings.
Has he
Yeah.
sent you it already?
This guy's had one rating, and it was like 3.8 out of 5.
Amazing.
He sent me it.
Is it amazing?
See, you write what you want. It cost me a $5, right? Cost
Dude,
me
does everything
£5.
on this app cost?
No.
Okay.
No, but this guy cost me a $5, and you write like in your description what you want. So I tried to be as vague as possible. I'll play it for you, right? I tried to be like as vague as possible, and I used words like make it really cool and like go big. 'Cause I want like some. So I'm gonna do a promo video, which will be where's my phone? Which will be like me introducing it, going, I found the cheapest rated guy in Fiverr to promo the opera house shows. Here it is, right?
I'm
It's
excited.
actually, it's not that, there's parts of it that aren't like terrible, but he's used really, really out of context stand-up clips. So it's not like he's used like if I was doing it, I would pick bits where like you say a punchline, the audience laughs.
Mm.
He's just picked. There's a bit where I say, it was from a gig at Lavery's, and there was a girl in the crowd who was part of the Raffles family, Raffles Chippy, and he's just used this one bit from this one clip where I say vegetable oil. So we'll put it in the pod, right? Doesn't make sense.
You should use it from now on.
That's amazing.
Get ready for it.
Who's she?
Dunno.
I love the emoji.
Yeah.
Can I just play you that bit one more time? He's obviously done like a Donald Trump impression, and he just says, and I didn't ask him to say this, so much fun with Shane Todd, baby.
So much fun with Shane Todd, baby.
Why has he done that?
That's worth for a fiver.
That's a lot of work for a fiver.
It is.
He's killed it for a fiver.
He has. Like, you
Which
gotta
is-
respect that fiver. I can't get my kids to go to the shop for a fiver.
No.
So unnecessary, this bit.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, so he's actually like, he's done a good job, but it's far too over the top.
It's
Wow.
pretty good.
The titles, the transitions, and all that kind of thing.
The transition like from like, you know, those PowerPoint like you used to
Yes.
do when you were like in school.
Yeah, like title comes in with a car noise. Every letter comes in individually. I love the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
I love the PowerPoint presentation.
It's
Yeah.
got really advanced now, but have you tried to use
No.
like Microsoft Word recently, or
No.
it's on another
Is the wee
level?
paper clip still running about?
I haven't seen.
What's he
him
doing
away.
these days?
I
Remember
know.
him?
He was a good help.
He was good, but sometimes he was
Annoying.
he was annoying.
What was his name? There's a name for him. Clippy or something.
I really hope that isn't. Do you remember him? He would just
You
pop
could
up.
change him into other stuff. What? Do you remember?
What's he even
Like
doing?
what? He was just. He would just pop up. He was like a wee clip with a paper clip with a face, and he'd be like, "What are you at?" No. And then you go, "Oh, I need the I want to copy and paste," and he'd be like, "I'll be back." And then he'd like disappear, and he'd come back, and he'd go, "Yo, got that for you." He was class. I loved him.
He was good.
You could disable, not disable. You could turn him off.
Disabled Clippy.
He just came in a wheelchair.
For fuck's sake.
I'd clipboard and all. That was class.
Oh, clip art.
I miss like wee school projects, like doing wee projects, like do a PowerPoint presentation on something. I remember there was this in IT in school, in like third year, there was this guy in our class from Hong Kong, right, called Gary.
Go, Gary.
What school did you go to?
Hong Kong High School, and there was he had to do like he was new, right, and it was in IT, and the teacher was like, do a PowerPoint presentation, and it can be about anything, right? And I made a real effort with Gary, like because he just came over and all, and he didn't really, his English was like not that good, and he just came over, and I think I was doing a PowerPoint presentation on like Man United or something. Everyone was doing like football ones and stupid ones, and you had to like present it in front of the class, and everyone was working away on theirs, and I did my like Man United one, then Gary was like last or something, and Gary did his on me.
Shut
And
up.
I was like so uncomfortable because I was like, oh, I just feel like so much pressure. He's like my friend Shane and stuff, and like I'd only known him for about a week, and it was like different. It was like he was just like, oh, Shane likes football. He has like fair hair and stuff like that. Like he is nice.
What
Did he
age were you? It's just like
Probably like 12, 13.
Did he get bullied for it? Did you
No.
get bullied for it?
I think it looked like I gone up to him because he didn't really speak English, and I went, here, I'll do your presentation for you. It's on me, you know. But he like it's first and last time someone's done me a
oh my
PowerPoint.
goodness.
How do you know? Maybe people are doing it all the
Yeah.
time in school.
But I appreciated it. And then he revealed to me, like I became that good friends with him, he revealed to me that Gary was not his real name.
No,
They
really?
don't don't have they have English names and
Yep.
Chinese
What's his name?
names.
Is that his name?
No, I get
He's called Gary.
because I went to Methody and the boarding school were all really like wealthy Chinese families because people had sent because it was a boarding school they sent their kids over from
Oh,
China.
right.
So
They're not all there.
There were so many Chinese people in our classes.
Yes.
Because they were all boarding, but they all had like 2 names.
Yep.
And couldn't really speak English.
That never, you can't really, don't think that would be done in the reverse. You know what I mean? If you went
to China.
if you went to board in Singapore, you wouldn't show up and be like, you know, my name's He Ping.
No, why do they have
Stick your
English names?
original. I don't know.
There's someone in my class called Jihai, and I think that was his name. Like.
Right.
Jihai sounds.
It's because we
Asian.
obviously aren't great at pronunciation, isn't it?
Oh, maybe, but I want give me the
Give me your
authentic
name.
name. That's
Yeah.
way cooler. You know what I mean? Like I prefer to have. Like,
Yeah, I worked in the Chinese for like 3 years, and everybody had
Did you?
Chinese names and English names. Yeah.
Were you at the counter?
Oh, were you
Yeah, I
on
was the
count-
counter.
were you-
I
They're very
ran, I
cheeky.
ran this shop.
Apparently,
yeah.
the cheekier the counter staff are, the better the Chinese. That's
Oh,
the rule.
really?
So how cheeky were you?
What age were you working there?
Like when I was like 14.
Okay. No.
And you, because that sounds like a job, a bit like chess. I couldn't do that. There's too many moving parts in that. You're sending orders out. People are where's
It was-
mine and all.
It was probably harder than fighting.
Was it
Like,
bad?
it was intense, yeah. Like there's so many dishes, and if you get it wrong, you were.
I'm a chow mein here. Should have been a gravy.
You had to remember the numbers of the meal.
That's what I was about to say. Is it the numbers you have to remember?
Yeah.
That would be
See,
hard.
Did you mess?
Like,
And if you mess something up, it has a
I
big
got in
knock
trouble.
on. And
Yeah,
I mean, you're only 14, dude.
14.
were you ever rude to people on the phone?
Probably more than likely. Yeah, still am.
I couldn't. I see. Like anyone does deliveries
Or
for
give
Chinese
them the
anything.
wrong order on purpose. I used to do that.
Did you?
Pissed me off. They were rude. Yeah.
I would have hated that.
If I get the wrong order, I won't do anything about it.
Never would I. Never.
Not a chance.
Yeah.
Restaurant anywhere like flat. I went to, I'll not say Indian restaurant about 2-3 months ago, and I ordered a pint of Cobra. It was flat as fuck, but I had to drink it.
Yep.
It was like drinking water, diluted water or something.
Oh no, I would complain.
No.
I didn't know. And my missus
I'm a
wanted to
complainer.
complain. I said no. I'm drinking it because I'm Irish and from West Belfast, and we don't complain.
Your dick's paying for this meal. You do another photo. I've complained once at a hotel restaurant in Donegal,
Oh.
and it turned into a big thing. And they made us feel bad about complaining and all. And I was like, I'm never doing this again. Because it was like a genuine complaint.
But I
Yeah.
think that's a big of Irish thing.
There was
You
a
can't
human
complain
finger
about
I
in
it.
it.
do though.
Huh?
I
To be fair,
do.
that's what I ordered. But it
Because
was
the only
undercooked.
thing that makes I don't drink or don't do anything, so
Yeah.
food is like I need
You need
food.
Yes.
Nice
You're right.
foods, yeah.
No, I won't complain.
Like say today, for instance, she's asked, "Here, do you want water?" I said yes. She said no. You just give her the water. I sat there.
Tony.
She drank it, and I went, "You know what? I'm not fighting Leah, like, so I'll just let her have it."
Yep.
I'm that kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm that kind of guy. You know,
Yeah.
I'll not complain.
Right. Yeah. I'm
I'm down a thirst here, but
Yes.
whatever.
Tony, for fuck's sake.
I just seen her going there. I was like, I'll see if she lifts it, and she did.
Yeah.
I went right. That's it.
Sorry.
Here, there you go, Tony. Peace offering.
Thank you.
I want to talk. Did you see what he did to my friend Kieran Bartlett?
No.
Would you like? Oh, in fact, asking the wrong person. I was about to say if someone was like, "Oh, will you smack me or whatever?" Would you do it? The we were talking about pressure points earlier in the podcast, and I had said like the word pressure points, and all of a sudden there was like a finger going into like the side of my cheek and my head. He was doing a podcast with Kieran Bartlett.
Did you punch him?
Yes.
You asked for it?
No, you
And
didn't.
the thing
Yes,
is-
he
the thing
did.
is, but
In the face?
You shouldn't
No,
do it. Your hands
arm.
are registered lethal weapons. You
No,
should do it.
Arm.
arm and all. So if
Okay.
it was a face, I wouldn't have done the face.
Is that a real thing? Are your hands registered lethal weapons? Do you have to like go and
I
sign them
think
in?
you do get done more severely with street fight or
I don't
something.
know.
I don't know.
So Kieran has always said, Kieran makes these big claims, right? And then he has to go through with the thing. For example, he thinks he's unbelievable at tennis, and he's never played tennis. So me and him are playing tennis for a Patreon video next week.
Okay.
And there's money on the line as well, right? So, but sometimes he can do the thing. Like he once came on the podcast and said he can kick above his own head, and I
Could
was
he?
like, I don't know if you can.
I don't think you could.
Here, he 100%
do it?
can. He
That's
did.
impressive.
He did the splits to warm up. I mean, he did
Shut
the
up.
splits. Hold on, here, right. So
Oh.
before we cue it, right, we've got it queued up. So Kieran said he would love to take a punch
Yes.
from a professional boxer.
But I heard through the grapevine that he had went around a lot of boxers asking. They're all like, no, and he's like, I could take a punch from him. I could take a punch. And I was like, do you know what?
Anybody could take a punch in the arm.
I
though.
am going to hit him the hardest dig I can, just so
Yeah.
he knows and
Right.
use the state of his arm
Watch this.
the next
Poor
few
Kieran.
days. That it doesn't look as good in video. It was an unbelievable punch. in
See the
second.
slap of that.
And
One more time,
see,
Dan.
See the bruise. Do you have the bruise that he got?
Just listen to this noise.
But his arm went up with a lump and then a bruise. Like
He was
massive bruise.
like ill for like 3 days after
Really?
that. Yeah.
I wonder, could he take a head kick?
That's the next thing for him. Yeah, he took it. He done alright, except for the lump on the bruise.
he said he felt sick for
But
like 3
then,
days.
so he got a punch. You had one boxing fight, and now I'm seeing you doing the boxing pose
No,
on
you're
your
not.
pictures. Yes,
No, you're not.
The
Yes,
reason,
you
the
are.
reason for that.
I don't
is-
even do that.
the
I've
reason for
never done
is-
that. And I won't even
I
do
hate
that
that.
when I'm squaring up against someone. I just refuse to do it.
So at that gig me and Kieran did, I do material about when people ask boxers for a photo. They do this.
Okay.
And then at the end of the gig, someone was getting a photo, and then they said, "Can we get one of you and Kieran? We just do this." So in the context of the night, it makes sense. But then if you just see that picture, you're
My
like,
mum does it all the time, taking the piss at me.
right.
I need to show you the photo. There's a photo of her in Belfast, you know, with all the umbrellas. She's
Yeah.
standing- You should get my mum for this podcast.
I would love to. I'd make your mum.
Have you?
Yeah.
She is wild. She is the most. She works in the city hospital, and do you know what she has on her desk? A bobblehead of Donald Trump. She is mental.
Would she tell us stories from the hospital?
She's the funniest person
Would
I
you
know.
come on?
Yeah, but we could lose her job. No matter, God knows what she would say.
oh wow.
I'll bring her for a chat.
Probably say
maybe not a
Trump 2024.
podcast.
But you
Oh,
can
she
always edit
definitely would.
stuff. It's not live, so
Yeah,
edit it out after.
like she
Um,
is really funny.
I'm gonna get. Do you know what I'm really excited for? You know the weather's good. I'm gonna get a haircut now.
What type of a mohawk?
Mullet.
A faux hawk.
telling
I'm going a wee bit shorter. Going a wee bit shorter.
Telling you, get one of these. You'll see who your real friends are.
Do
Or
you know what
braids.
bothers me about it? The way you've got like the middle part of it a wee bit.
It's all cringy, but I'll go for it.
Let me see it from the side again. It looks like you're wearing a helmet.
Lego head, boom.
But it doesn't look like a mullet. You need the wee
I
rat tail.
can't just fucking grow my hair like that. Like that doesn't look like it.
You can put an extension in, like a.
Fuck's sake, I'm not going extensions and everything. Fuck's sake. I'm ready getting slinged. Fucking running
What
with this.
what I love about it is from the front on, he looks like a car, like you know, like
Yeah,
a,
business in the front, party at the back.
Yes.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah,
It's
I
provocative.
hate fighters that have that rat's tail.
he's gonna do it.
Yeah. I just want to try something new.
There's nothing wrong with it.
There isn't.
I want to
It's
shave.
not all
I want
about-
to shave my head.
It's not all about sex appeal. Everyone looks at me and says sex appeal, but like, it's
Really?
not always that.
Right.
Like some days I want to have a rat's tail, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah. I want to shave mine.
Yeah, your whole head.
Yeah.
I had my whole head shaved and I'll never do it again.
I don't think you would sit it.
You know, I used to do it when I was younger.
See,
You look,
I
you
used
look
to-
too posh for it.
You're getting
I know,
you're
but
getting
then-
too confident in your younger self. I used to do it all the time when I was younger and it was alright. And now I shave my head and it turns out my hairline like starts there or something.
Right.
It actually doesn't start where it used to.
It's like looking at online banking. My hairline, I think it's okay, but I don't want to see it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not ready for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't get it shaved. You'd look weird.
Yeah.
You have too small a head as well for shaved head.
Do you think so? Like a wee pea head?
Mm.
Aw. I hate that you think that. But I have a weird shaped head. I couldn't go full bald. I have a weird shaped head at the back.
Turn to the side.
Tic Tac head.
Pardon?
Like a Tic Tac.
No, it's not like it's not like. Do you know what it's like? It's like a football that has been left in the garden for a few years. It needs pumped up.
Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold. Fucking
No, it's not
head.
Hey Arnold. It's
Rugby head.
It's not.
Football head he gets called.
No, it's a normal. I have a normal head. It just needs blown up.
Your confidence is shot walking out here.
Done. Done. Do Cheers both yous for coming on. Whiskey and White comes out
Yes.
every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. We're competing with this guy on Wednesday, so make sure to tune in after you watch his
Oh,
stuff.
we're Wednesday too.
Yeah. I didn't even know it. Someone said to me the other day, it's like, you picked the day where the biggest podcast come out, and I was like, did I? And they're like, yeah, Wednesdays, and I was like, fuck, I should have done Monday or something.
I don't think the day of the week mattered at
doesn't.
all. Like, sure it
People
don't.
listen, they pick a day and they listen to all podcasts, really.
Yeah, I remember like people come up to me and be like, "Mate, we're putting ours out at 7:10. That's the golden time." Like there is no, there's no time.
People, wait, like, a lot of our viewers wait like Friday and have a few drinks and watch it
Yes.
while they're in the house watching it. But
Yeah, it's great. It's
enjoy
really,
it.
really, really good.
Enjoy it, so get on it. And there will be a live announcement pretty soon, in our next live. So we've got guests booked in. You'll enjoy the guests.
If it's who I think it is.
Who?
Bright-eyed girl. Oh.
No, it's not Van.
Van.
No, it's not Van.
We've got Van on the live.
No, you don't.
And he might be doing a few tunes, I don't know. I actually
If
don't
you
know.
have, you don't.
I have the who's who.
Stop doing this to me.
If Jimmy Nesbitt of Van Morrison.
See if you
one.
see if you get Kenzie from Blazing Squad. I'll fucking lose
I'm
it.
joking, it's not Van.
Oh, thank God.
I would love it to be one, but
Yeah.
unfortunately not.
Who is doing it?
Can't. Oh, LD release next week. I'll tell you off her.
Better not be Nesbitt.
Have you still not got him on? He's been trying to get Nesbitt on for it.
Are you
Ra-
gonna
Get on.
I ran into
He
him.
loves us. He loves us now. I swear to God, we're like best mates. January, he's invited me to his house. And, like, I swear to God, we've hit it. Oh,
The
so
boys
much.
put a photo of him up, and I thought I was even annoyed at that. I was like, "How have they met him?" Next day, there's Nesbitt in the studio.
Have you had Jimmy Dornan on?
Yes,
Oh, did you?
on Zoom.
on Zoom.
It was lockdown time.
Not as good.
Lockdown guests don't count.
What
Have you had
did
Rory McIlroy now?
No,
What did you think about Zoom meetings? I hate them. Like,
I only
Zoom-
did one with him, I
Have you
think.
not done like does MMA were not reach out for Zoom meetings? Like,
Yeah, but
fuck.
I never
Do you
never
know?
do any.
They're the worst.
Yeah.
I think it seems that everyone's got a Zoom channel for interviews, but they only get like 4 views or 5
Yeah.
views. So,
Right.
And I do them all, so I'm not sitting there for hours doing fucking.
I
most
hated-
pointless interviews in the world.
I hated doing them only because I had to do the like admin of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because like here we like Dan and Michael do the
Yeah.
the electrical
The
stuff
actual
or
work,
whatever. it's
the
called.
actual work.
Yeah. So, but I had to like export the thing and put title, and it was always like slightly wrong.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like the frame was just shifted a wee bit that way and things like that. But lockdown was brilliant because you could get people you couldn't have normally got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
'Cause-
slept in lockdown. I didn't take full advantage of lockdown. I don't think. I just like sat in the house and ate shit.
Lockdown be the time for that haircut.
Yeah,
That's a
Wait for
lockdown
that,
cut.
Yeah.
it's a lockdown haircut.
Thank you for coming on, Leah. Anything to promote
I'm
or plug?
nothing to sell. You just.
No,
So
it's
do I.
OnlyFans, get on it. Dick pics slid in DMs. Patreon, my Patreon, not his Patreon. Get on it. There's good content there.
Here, we'll
Some
come
will
on.
come being sick.
Tyrone, they can be on all the Patreons.
They can't.
That's the attitude, mate.
They're so
A high
cheap.
tide lifts all ships.
Yes, they're so cheap that you could be on them all. To be honest, like ours was only, what's yours, £3 a month? 4
Yeah.
quid a month?
3.
Thanks, 2. You want to save?
Pay for what you get. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you later.